Hi, long time no see, everybody. So, we are going to do a little ride in chat while I go run some errands to answer some questions that I've gotten and also get caught up. Pardon the loud noises and all the things going here. So, hi, if you're new here, my name's Brittany. I am a 36-year-old mama of one little boy, and I am on a weight loss journey and have been since April of 2019. And I recently started taking Zepbound February 18th of this year, 2025. And so I've had a lot of people ask me different questions about my journey, but obviously the one that comes up the most is how much weight have you lost? So I wanted to make a short video and just give everyone the answer. And I'm going to break it down by month. And if you guys want more details about like the dosage and all that, I can go into that at another time. So the first month that I started Zepbound, the first month I lost 14.2 pounds, which is kind of crazy. But some of that I account to inflammation, some of it water weight, and some of it probably being super strict with how I was trying to eat. Whereas now I'm a little bit more loose with myself because I didn't want to make it so rigid. Not that I just eat whatever, but I was definitely like trying to stay on all of my things. Um, I still try to, but I'm probably not as great at it as I was in that first month. So the first month I lost 14.2 pounds. The second month I lost 3.8. In the second month, I was still on 2.5 for the first week of that month, I think. And then I went up to the 5 milligrams. Um, and when I went up to the 5 milligrams, I definitely felt the difference as far as suppression and it helping me to like actually feel the medication. I'm going to go back to that in a minute. But for the third month, which would be on 5 milligrams, I lost 9.6 pounds. And then for the fourth month, I lost 7. In between those 2 months, I did go from 5 milligrams to 7.5. And the main reasoning was because I felt a little bit of the food noise coming back, meaning that like the cravings and stuff were kind of slowly creeping in. And my doctor didn't force me to go up every 4 weeks, which some people in the past that's been the case. But my doctor kind of works with me as far as like what I want and what I feel like I need. So that's great. Um, But anyway, I went up to the 7.5 and then I don't know exactly and I can maybe fill in the dates as I do the video so that way they'll pop up somewhere and you guys can see it. But I went up to the 7.5 and then in the fifth month I lost 6.4. And so I am currently in like that 6 month or whatever. I just went into the 6 month. So month 1, 14.2, month 2, 3.8, month 3, 9.6, month 4, 7 pounds, and then month 5, 6.4. I did have, when I went from 7.5 to 10 milligrams about 4 weeks ago, the first week was okay. And then the second and third week, I think, were hard. I was not hungry. I could not eat. But mind you, I had a lot of stuff in life going on. And for anybody who follows me on Instagram, they got the whole rundown. But within those 3 weeks, like the first week of the 10 milligrams was fine because I was still like trying to get used to being in my system. But every week following that, I had huge life stuff going on. My kid got sick. I got sick. We had to switch to daycare. My dog attacked the neighbor's dog. And so everything felt like complete crap, including like my eating habits, my hydration habits. Everything was like put to the wayside because I was in survival mode, which is not an excuse. Like, please still do the things, eat the food, drink the water. But I was struggling. And this past week, I definitely feel like I like got myself back. I did gain though. And it's also my cycle week, which happens to anybody and everybody, whether you're on medication or not. As a woman, usually we gain anywhere from like 2 to 4 pounds in water weight. So I don't really care. And I knew that like I went from 170 something all the way down to 160 and I was like, oh, and I told one of my friends actually, I was like, I feel malnourished. Um, and that's not the goal. The goal is to not starve myself, to not feel malnourished, nothing like that. And so I knew that I was going to gain a little bit of that back, which I kind of wanted to. I was like, I dropped, shoot, upwards of like 14 pounds or 13 pounds within like a few weeks. And I was like, no, this is not it. This is not it. That's not what we want to do here. While I want to lose weight and it's cool to lose it fast, that did not feel safe. It did not feel healthy. So, I'm kind of relieved that I got myself back to a spot where I feel better in life and with my weight loss. I've been focusing on my protein, on my water, my electrolytes. So that has been the main focus because I lost such a rapid amount of weight when I went to the 10 milligrams. And the way that I agreed with my doctor on going up to the 10 milligrams is my goal weight is 150 pounds. I will assess again when I get there to see if I want to lose any more. But I was like, I was talking to my doctor. I was like, I think what I want to do is go up to the 10 milligrams and see if it can get me to goal weight. Because I think that I still could have gotten to goal weight on 7.5, but it would have taken me longer. And I also have heard and read somewhere that, just because you go to a higher dose doesn't mean higher suppression, but I do know that it makes a difference in my world. And I was actually chatting with a couple of different people because once I opened up about being on a GLP-1, some of my friends that I communicate with through social media reached out and had questions and stuff. And I told people, I do think that your injection site has something to do with how much weight you lose. At least for me. And people will argue that and say that they haven't had that experience, which is their truth, and that's fine. But anytime that I inject, almost anytime I'll say, that I inject in my arms, I have like max suppression. And it's almost like, okay, I don't know if I want this much suppression. And most people would love it. However, for those of you who don't know, like I am an endurance athlete, so I run long distance. So I like to train for things longer than a marathon. Currently, I'm training for a marathon that's in November, and I also have a 100-miler on the books in October, but I'm still trying to assess and see if I can do that with how my fueling has been. But anyways, I need to eat. I need to eat to recover. I need to eat to fuel when I'm out there, whether it be gels, food, liquid hydration, whatever. And if I have that type of suppression, your girl can't eat. And then I can't run. And then I feel like crap. And then I don't show up. And it's a snowball effect that I want no part of. So while I want to lose weight and do all the things, I want to be smart about it and still be able to reach my goals and maintain the weight loss. Once I get there, I'm already in it. And I've had some really tough moments. I'm not going to sit here and say it's all been great. Yeah, I lost all this weight and I'm active, because I have really hard days. I had a 10-mile run the weekend before last, and I was crying tears on my run because of how bad it felt. And I knew it was my own damn fault because I hadn't eaten. And it was like, have I not eaten because of stress of life, or is this the medication like medicating way too well? So I had to really assess and be like, okay, what are we going to do to get right? So it's not all sunshine and rainbows. There's times where you really have to listen to your body and make the right decision, even though you want to lose the weight. The weight is not the only priority. Like your health is and your goals are. And there's things that are bigger than just losing the weight. And it's really hard to balance that out when you're like, oh, I want to reach these goals and I have all these things I want to do, whether it be strength training, running, whatever, your 10,000 steps, whatever that looks like, and still be able to eat well and nourish your body and hydrate and do all the things. So just trying to balance it all out. But I wanted to do a short video on how much I lost each month. And I'm currently at about, like, weight loss wise, I think since February 18th of this year, I started off at 209 and I'm currently hovering between 160 and 164. So I'm down about 40 to 44 pounds, I think is what it comes out to. Which is phenomenal, which is great. Like some people might call me a super responder, but you have to keep in mind, I'm an active person. I'm a mom. I work full time and I also walk on my lunch breaks at work. I run on the weekends. I strength train when I'm in a like normal routine. I typically have strength training Tuesday, run Wednesday, run Thursday, rest Friday, run Saturday, rest Sunday. I want to work in another strength day, so I have 2 strength days and 3 run days, but I'm not there yet. It's a work in progress. But yeah, I just wanted to answer the weight loss question. So my goal is 150. I'm going to assess once I get there because I do feel like I would be okay if I got down to 140. Some people have their opinions. Oh, that's too much. You're already too skinny. Whatever. It's my body. It's my goal. Your girl has never been skinny. And sometimes they be like, oh, skinny is not the goal. Strong is. For me, it's both. I want to be skinny and strong. So if that's like somewhere in the middle of 140 and 150, I'll figure it out when I get there. And I'm still navigating that. Like I don't have anything set in stone, but I will tell you this. I looked at my BMI today on my little tracker and it said normal. And I was like, we're normal. We're not like obese. We're not overweight as far as BMI goes. The other stuff, I think it still says I'm overweight weight wise. But I was like, wow, it says normal. It says normal. And I love that for myself. So I celebrate those victories. And anybody who's on Instagram, I think I actually posted a short in here too. I bought some shorts from Walmart. One of my friends that I love dearly, my best friend, she told me about these shorts and they were like $3. And so I went and bought a pair and I bought a small because I bought them off of how they looked. And a small is like size 4 to 6. And I know I'm in about an 8 to 10. I'm in a medium typically in bottoms right now. And the small fit. The small fit. So of course I went and bought like 4 more pair because they're only $3. But they're lovely and they're soft and they're small. I've never fit in a size small bottom in my life. So I just keep celebrating all the wins, whether they be big or small. I'm going to keep celebrating them. But I got to get in here and get my water. And then I have to go to Trader Joe's and run a couple of errands. But I just wanted to tap in with everybody. Like, I'm alive, I'm well, I'm going to continue to do content. But the minute I was like, oh, I want to start a YouTube channel and, start posting content all the time, life was like, smacked me around a little bit. But we're going to get it together. And life is going to life no matter what I want to do. But I'm just going to keep pushing through. I promise to try and continue to make content and document this journey. I want to go back and talk about some of the things that I experienced, like leading me to this point, but I'm not quite sure how I want to like structure that yet. So yeah, that's all I got. I hope everybody has a lovely Sunday. Happy August. We got a fresh start. We got a new week tomorrow. And so my goal is to just continue to keep myself in a positive mindset and focus on the things I need to focus on to continue being strong and try and train for this marathon and just stay on track. Stay on track. Get back to my strength training so I don't end up in a situation where I just feel flabby. I don't want that. While I love the fact of like, oh, I'm thin and, I feel skinny. I don't want to be flabby. I want things to be a little bit tight. And feel strong when I run and when I, play with my kid and all the things. But that's it for now, friends. I love you. Have a great week ahead and have an amazing August. I'll be back soon. Bye.